Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here with my Where to Unlock Everything at 70 video. It's a video I had to do fairly frequently in Heavensward for level 60 and all the way back into Realm Reborn, so I figure I should get started with this series now that 4.0 is actually launched. Now keep in mind what I'm doing right now, again, is right at the launch of Stormblood, meaning that when patches come in 2 weeks there's going to be new NPCs, in 4 weeks, in 3 months, so we're going to have to do more of these over and over again, so don't expect this to be the only one. In this video, we're going to be looking at where to spend your Tomestones of Verity, where to spend Centurio Seals, or at least the new NPCs to spend them on, where to spend Cracked Clusters obtained from the hunt, and the locations of the dungeons and extreme primals that you unlock right in 4.0, as well as the new Stone Sky Sea, which has a completely different name. So we're going to start here in Wonderous Reach, as it's an area that contains a vast majority of the features that we want to show unlocking. Now starting from the Aetheryte right there, the first NPC I want to bring you to here is Ortwin, which will actually allow you to unlock one of the level 70 dungeons that you'll need in order to unlock the Expert Roulette. This dungeon is Temple of the Fist, and the name of the quest is to kill a Coeurl. Ortwin here at 1313 is the NPC you're going to want, and don't worry, you don't have to go too far in order to find the NPC. So next up on the list, as we run down this hallway, which is pretty much where the majority of the features are going to be located as is, we do have the Centurio Seal NPCs as well as the Clan Hunt board. Now keep in mind you can't unlock the Clan Hunt board here in Wonderous Reach. You will unlock it in Kudani, but you have the Clan Centurio members here, which allow you to buy new things with your Centurio Seals. Now if you click the Clan Centurio member, we have some minions, we have an Orchestrion role, and most importantly we have grade 6 materia that you can purchase. Combat grade 6 materia to be more specific. It's 400 seals per one, so if you're looking to get a bunch of grade 6 materia, you might want to get out there and start hunting. As you can see, there's nothing else in any of the other tabs, so only focus on that one. From Billbot, the one next to them, the Clan Centurio member, only has one item as well, a Veteran Clan Mark log. Now in the other expansions, these mark logs are used to upgrade Tombstone gear. However, Tombstone of Verity gear currently cannot be upgraded, so either it will be upgradable at a later date, or at some point this will be usable on even higher tier tombstones, probably the weekly cap tombstone that we'll be getting in 4 weeks when Omega Savage launches. If you just wish to start stockpiling on them now, instead of buying the grade 4 materia, you at least have that option instead of having to wait weeks or months down the line, capping your Centurio Seals over and over again. As for the Clan Hunt board itself, similar to Heavensward, you have 3 different clan mark bills as well as an elite one for level 70. You can get these posted daily. Even the elite one is posted daily, so that's an extra 100 Centurio Seals a day that you'll probably want to be getting as we roll into getting all this extra materia and whatnot, as opposed to being posted weekly like it was before. So you can also use these to level up jobs from 60 to 70 while gaining some Gil and Centurio Seals. It even lets you know the exact EXP value that you're going to be getting from each of the monsters on the bill itself. So really good for leveling, really good for the Centurio Seals, highly recommend doing. Now moving over here, right across from those NPCs, we have 2 other major NPCs. On my left we have Enna, which is where you're going to be spending your tomestones. Now, I specifically say Tomestones of Verity because it's the only tomestone we have available right now. We will be getting another tomestone, as I mentioned earlier, in about 4 weeks. While that one will be capped weekly, Tomestones of Verity can be obtained freely, with a total cap, as you can see, of 2,000, similar to all the other tomestones we've had before. As for the costs of things you can get here, other than the sword and the shield, which combined will make the same cost, the weapons are the most expensive tombstone item at a mere 500 Tomestones of Verity, meaning that you should have a very easy time grabbing this item level 310 gear once you've actually hit level 70 in the expansion. Now going on to armor, you can see some of the values here. The second most expensive would be body and legs at 410. Then you have hands, head, and feet at 245. And finally, all your accessories are 180. Fully expect to be able to spend these on other items going on later into the expansion, and eventually these will be replaced with the cap tombstone in 4.2 when it becomes uncapped, so then these will be no longer become available. Moving over here to Eschina, you have Primal Gear Exchange. Now this is where you'll take the tokens that you obtain from clearing extreme difficulty primals and use them to exchange for gear of your choice. Now there's no mounts available yet like we had before, but we at least have Lakshmi's items as well as Susanoo's items. Now Susanoo actually drops item level 320 weapons, and it takes 10 tokens to get all the weapons, except for the sword, which is 7, but then don't forget the shield is also 3. Lakshmi, on the other hand, does not drop weapons and instead drops accessories, a total of 4 different accessories for each of the main roles, and these are also item level 320. Now keep in mind you can of course only have one of the rings, so you are going to be running one Verity ring and one Lakshmi ring until these are eventually replaced with other options. But these are also only 5 totems each from Lakshmi Extreme, so be sure to try and get these if you can find a group to actually do it. The final thing we have here, though, is Wondrous Sundries, and this is where you'll take certain event items or items that are eventually thrown in here, such as upgrade materials, maybe things from the 24-man raid, similar to the way that we ended up doing it with like Weeping City and Dunskaith. You can actually grab some items here. You have an Ixion mount, which we'll be doing a separate video on Ixion altogether, which is actually gotten from clearing the Fate with a gold ranking about 6 times. You have a bunch of items from the Fox Fate, as they are called, these Sasho Seki fragments. These are from a series of Fates over in Yenja. And then you also have the Girabanyan Striking Dummy and the Hingan Barding, which are the current items that you can actually spend those veteran clan mark logs on. I do fully anticipate that more clan mark logs will be purchasable and will have other functions later, so just know that that's all you have for now. So looking down my list of quests, there's another one called Another Striking Opportunity. Now, I actually have this quest available. However, because I have this quest available, the original NPC is not actually present on my map. According to my location tracker here, this NPC is located at 12-3, so we'll start running in that direction for our X marker, 12-3. And then 13-1, so 12-3 is right here, and then 13-1, so we'll run directly south. This is an NPC that you're going to be hard-pressed to miss when it actually comes time to it. It's pretty close to the exit from what I can see. So you'll probably see this, when you hit level 70, of course, you'll see this quest on your log. And this will be how you go to test. I should probably actually exit real quick and unlock it so that you can see it in its actuality and the different options that are available for it. And there is one other thing I probably want to mention as well when it comes to things such as the extreme primals and the raids we're going to be having in a few weeks. So right out here, you can see the battle-scarred veteran. After talking to him, it will basically be the same thing as Stone Sky Sea, except it does have a different name, and you can use this to test your DPS against encounters with a number that they've arbitrarily chosen. So you can find out if you have a sufficient amount of DPS in order to clear the encounter, but keep in mind that even tanks and healers can enter into this. So I actually made an abrupt cut because I don't actually talk to this NPC, because the final main scenario quest trial is actually present in his list, and it does show you who the encounter is. So I'm not going to click on him and show you the interface just because of that. I want to keep this as spoiler free as it technically can be, but just know that he has currently 3 encounters, the final trial for the main scenario quest, as well as the 2 extreme mode primals. In case you're wondering about the extreme mode primals, by the way, don't forget here in your duty finder there's now regular duties and high-end duties. If you're looking for extreme primals from the most recent patch, that's where you'll find these, as well as the savage mode omega raids, probably also the super savage encounters we'll be seeing in the odd numbered patches. So, what other NPCs were there? Oh, we also had the NPC where you can buy grade 6 materia with other items that can either be purchased with scripts or obtained from hunts, A ranks, S ranks, A ranks and S ranks in Stormblood specific zones. There is also the Sightseeing Log, but once again, that NPC is not present on my screen because I've already unlocked it. Let's see if we can find his location. It was at 11-13. So while I'm at 13 and he's at 11, meaning that he would have been right around where the Skywatcher is, somewhere right here, in order to unlock the next set of Sightseeing Logs for Stormblood. Though keep in mind, you would need the Sightseeing Logs unlocked in the first place, though you wouldn't need the previous ones completed in order to go on with it. So yeah, looking down my list, I think this is the last NPC, the one we're walking up to right now, that I felt was important enough to mention. So from A and S rank hunts, you can obtain items called Cracked Clusters. And in case you didn't check these NPCs out when you first got to Rhalgr's Reach, Switch Sticks here, which is at 12-4-11-1, actually allows you to trade these cracked clusters for grade 6 materia. If you have any Maki Matters left over from Heavensward, you can also trade them for grade 5 materias. And then also for Gatherers and Crafters, same thing, you have Maki Demi Matter, and you also have these cracked crystals. Now, I'm not 100% certain on how to obtain these, but considering there's probably not super endgame content specifically designed for cracked crystals, I'd have to imagine that Wondrous Tales would be one major source of these, and having not looked, it may also be scripts, but I don't want to say that with any certainty, only because I'm unfamiliar. But if you do obtain a cracked crystal, this is the NPC where you would come to trade it in for grade 6 Gatherer or Crafter materia as well. So once again, sorry for the abrupt cut, but there was some sort of error in my recording, so I just needed to start over from this point. As I was leaving off, the next place we're going to be going is Kudani, which has a handful of other features, including the actual location where you'll unlock the hunt board and the veteran hunts, as you saw on the board back where we checked them out earlier, the extreme mode primals, one of the other level 70 dungeons, as well as access to the housing area, which, by the way, you don't need the housing area quest done in order to go there, but it allows you to use boat access in order to get there, as opposed to just teleporting there from going through your free company if they own a house in the area. I'd also like to remind you that housing is not yet available in that instance, and I keep opening my duty finder instead of my teleport list for some reason or another. So let's head over to Kudani real quick. Alright, so here we are at the Kudani Aetheryte Crystal. The first place I want us to check out is actually right over here. So there you can see the clan hunt board. Now, that's just its location in Kudani. It has the same hunts as the other board, so don't worry about it being different. You could pick whichever one you'll want. But when you actually can unlock the veteran clan hunts, you'll unlock them from one of these two NPCs. I can't remember which one, but basically they'll just say, hey, go quickly talk to the NPC real quick. That's right back up there, and you will be absolutely okay. Now, again, you will unlock these at various levels. I believe I had 2 of them at level 62. I unlocked another one sometime later on, and the final one, the elite marks, are always at max level. So just reminding you about those things we discussed earlier. The next thing is Lakshmi and Susanoo Extreme. Now, these are the 2 primals from the main scenario quests, however, on a higher difficulty, and they will be used to unlock those items that we mentioned earlier, whether it be with totems or through direct drops. Now, in the past, we used certain other NPCs in order to access them, but here, we're going to be using the Wandering Minstrel. He has moved here over to Kudani, although I'm sure if we went back to Mordone, he'd be there as well. And upon talking to him, he will give you the opportunity to immediately unlock both of the Extreme Mode Primals. So just head over to 11.6, 12.16, which is also right next to the Kogane Dori markets. Now, the next quest is King of the Castle, which allows you to unlock the level 70 expert dungeon, Kugane Castle. Now, keep in mind, this dungeon won't be in the expert roulette forever, but it is one of 3 expert dungeons that you will have upon the launch of 4.0, and is required to unlock it. Now, I already completed my expert dungeon for the day, but you'll be using this for the most part to obtain Tomestones of Verity. Now, I have the quest complete here, which I haven't handed in, but this is the NPC you'll be looking for, the East Aldenard Trading Company Associate here in the southeast side. Just teleport with your Ethernet to the Ruby Bazaar, and you should be able to find it quite quickly. I'm not going to hand this in right now. I'll hand it in some other time. The final quest I have is I Dream of Shirogane, which can be unlocked at 12:10 from Surubami in Kugane. And I know that I'm butchering all of these, and I apologize, but it is what it is. So looking at our map, I'm at 12:12 right now, so if we're going to go up to 12:10, it's actually right back where we started, and it should be something that you actually obtain right as you come into Kugane. It is a quest that's actually available far before the main scenario quest is completed, but some people may walk past it and not do it, despite it being marked as a quest that specifically unlocks new features. So it should be right around here, if I'm not mistaken. It's an NPC that hangs out right around the Aetheryte, because here I am at 12:10, and, well, you know, that's exactly where the Aetheryte itself actually is. And for the most part, these are all the quests that were super important. Now, I would like to remind everyone that Omega Normal will be coming out in 2 weeks. That is the normal mode of raid encounters, which will be dropping some higher item level gear, but shouldn't be overall too difficult to complete. In 4 weeks, Omega Savage, as well as a new Aquapolis dungeon, or a treasure dungeon as it's more properly known as, will also be releasing. So be sure to keep both of those in mind, as those are not mentioned in this video and are probably pretty important for the future. Now, I'm going to end this video before any more people ignore my little frowny face busy bomb next to my name. And, well, that's it for the video. I got to get working on some other guides, guys. Just wanted to get this one out first. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share. And stay tuned, because all of the official guides are going to be coming out, not the walkthroughs like I was doing before, the guides that I promised you that I would get done. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.